Hey, it's Brian here with another tutorial. So in this video, I'm going to answer the question, how do I stop looking stiff and tensed up when I'm dancing? Now I know this is a big question on a lot of guys' mind when they're just getting started with dance. So let me show you a couple things you can do. Okay, so getting started, we're first going to get used to the swing motion. And we're going to lead by the hips and we're going to keep our body loose to start. So make sure your body is loose and it's not all tensed up. Alright, so the swing motion kind of looks like this. If you see my other tutorials, I actually teach this movement quite a bit, but let me break it down in this case. Alright, so you want to keep your body loose, as I was saying before, and you want to lead by your hips. So imagine someone pulling you by the belt right here, and you weren't expecting it. So they're going to pull you by the belt, and your body is going to be loose, so it's going to look like that. Alright, so imagine someone pulling you by the belt and you weren't expecting it, so boom, like so. Alright, one more time, pulling you by the belt, like so. Okay, so now imagine that you're just doing it on your own, so you're just pushing with your hips, you're leading with your hips, and your upper body is loose, so it's going to go like this, boom, and follow through. So you're going to lead by your hips, going to one side, your upper body is going to stay behind, and then your upper body is going to follow through. So once you're here, obviously we're going to go down to the other direction. So by the other side of the hip, okay, the other hip, pulling you to the other side, upper body follows through. So one more time, from here, we're leaned over to this side, we're going to have more distance to travel to there, right? So pulling by the belt, boom, and boom. Alright, so one more time, pulling by the belt, boom, and upper body follows through. Okay, so let's try that slowly. This side and this side, right? Pulling by the belt, boom, leading by the hips, this side, and the other side. Boom. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2. Okay. So let's speed it up just a little bit. Alright, so instead of going click, 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 we're gonna take out that choppy movement. We're just gonna make it smoother. Okay, so leading by the hips to the side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, one more technique I'll mention here is you can push off of your opposite leg. So pushing off of this leg when I'm going to this direction to give you a little bit more force, a little bit more power. So pushing off of this leg to go to this side, pushing off of this leg, boom, to go to this side. But make sure your upper body is loose so you can create that motion. Boom and boom, boom and boom. Alright, let's speed it up just a little bit more. Pushing off of this foot, leading with his hip, going to this side. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so the second motion that I'll show you here is the mini snake group. Okay, so the motion looks like this. Okay, so let me break it down. First, you want to have your neck bent to one way, boom, like so. Nothing crazy, you don't want to hurt your neck or anything, but just tilt it, boom, like so. Alright, so from here, you want to tilt your body to one side. So you're not leaning, but you're just going boom and tilting, bending by the waist to one side. And it's nothing crazy like this, just bend it a little bit. So 1, 2, alright, so 1, 2, alright. From here, what you want to do is you want to tilt your head to the other side and turn your body, bend it to the other side. Alright, so 1, 2, and then we're gonna go 1, 2. So 4 parts. 1, 2, 1, 2. So head tilt, body, head tilt, all the way to the other side. Alright, so 1, 2, 1, and boom. Okay, last time. 1, 2, tilt to the other side, all the way over. So once you're here, what you want to do is you want to tilt your head to the other side now, and follow through to the other side. So you can tell it's basically 4 motions to get through the entire sequence, you can say. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright? So let's practice that a little bit more. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so once you have that down, what we're going to do now is we're going to smoothen out the motion. So we're going to tilt our head over, tilt it over, over. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Smoothen out even more. Boom and boom, boom and boom. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so the trick here is you want to lead with your head. So when you go to this side, you want to think of yourself kind of like a snake, hence the snake groove. You're going to go boom, and then it's going to create that motion. It's going to go boom to the other side, right? So lead with your head to the other side, okay? So it's going to go boom, and then the other side, other side, other side, okay? It definitely does take a little bit of practice before you can smoothen out the motion. But like I said, make sure to practice it, right? Okay, so the last technique I'm gonna show you here for the snake groove is you're gonna push off of your leg. Kind of like the swing groove, when you're going to this direction, you can actually push off of your opposite leg. So when you're going here, you can push a little bit so your body leans a little bit on top of your bending of the waist, right? So boom. And from here, you're gonna push off of your opposite leg, so you go to the other direction. So this adds in the swing motion right into the snake groove. So I'm gonna show you going from this direction. I'm gonna push off, and boom, and boom, and boom. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Alright, so those are the 2 different exercises, you can call them, to make yourself look less stiff and tensed up.